don't mind the lighting. It's kind of skeletorish, but I will fix that, I promise. I am getting ready for New Year knits and my plan and how I want to execute it this year. So this is my first year of actually having a plan and figuring out what I'm going to do with my knitting. And so my plan is currently to count my skeins, make sure they are all put away so that they all have a cohesive place to go, and I get excited about knitting them so that I can use them up. I'm really afraid to know what my number of skeins that I currently own is and what I am going to figure out to knit with them. I want to join a knitting group this year. It's going to be online. I do have a knitting group that I volunteer with on Tuesdays at a local retirement home with my grandmothers. But I would like one with more people my own age, and also for if I need help as opposed to vice versa. I would also like to take a look at how many works in progress I have. I believe my WIP number is a little high. I get really good at almost finishing a project and getting excited for the next one. So yeah, I think really what my thought process is figure out what I have, organize it, and execute. So I'm going to write all that down. We are in my craft room. I'm so excited that I finally have a craft room office area. It is all antique. These were my grandma's chairs and I am obsessed with them. But we also had a flood last year, so this was all wood paneling that we had to take down and scrub the walls, refill cracks as you can see, and rip the flooring out. So this is also a work in progress, but we are in zero hurry to get it done, which is why I put all my stuff back. Nothing major has to happen besides painting walls and painting the floor. We will not be putting carpet back in case we flood again. We live on a beautiful river, which is very small and very shallow, but apparently when it floods, it is not so tiny. It is very mighty. So my plan today is to get sorting and organizing and take you on that journey. All right, so I am ready to organize. I got all of my yarn from upstairs down here. I've got yarn back here that is kind of just on display but doesn't really make much sense. And I've got my tea. Nothing is sponsored. We're not sponsored. But I must share, this ember bug is to die for. It is so cold down here, mainly because there's nothing but concrete and one teeny tiny north-facing window. So having a mug that keeps things warm is needed. And I love it so much, I bought two, and then my boss at my full-time job got me a travel mug. So I'm gonna get started. So this is what I've all pulled down. Got a big basket there, big basket there, and I'm a little nervous. I also have, way over here, a pile of bags that have WIPs in them. So between that and this mess, we will find out how many skeins we've got. I'm thinking about 150. What are your thoughts? So I ended up with 201 skeins. If you guessed too many skeins, you were absolutely correct. So these are my more expensive yarns. Don't mind the clearance price tag, all except for that one. But ones that are from Independent Dyers, who I love. She is fabulous, and she's got a few of them in here. One that I got at a beautiful maker's market. And then these, I guess, went out of business. I love them. Some more of my Thick and Quick yarns. More yarns up here. My aunt has an alpaca farm in West Virginia and sends me some sometimes. Some of these are hers. Some more just easy knitting. Some sock yarns. I've never made socks. I'm hoping to do that this year. This is pretty much my junk section, with the exception of these. I want to try to make a sweater out of this thick stuff and see if it turns out. But the rest of these are going to be hats and stuff that I donate. And then I will put a disclaimer here. I love oddities. And so this is for my knitting blanket I'm making with all my odds and ends that I don't have enough to make anything with. More odds and ends. Disclaimer, look away for 10 seconds if you don't like dolls or creepy things. This is Charlie. I also have, this was from the maker's market of one of the women whose sheep, and my wife's teeth, because I thought they were cool and she thinks I'm psycho. And then some more quick yarn. So I am going to treat myself to more yarn come the winter, if I can get through this stash or donate or let go of things. I have also found, I did not think ahead, don't mind me, a bunch of my whips are all in bags now. My odds and ends blanket from all my little ends. I have a blanket that did not turn out. I wasn't quite paying attention. It's a gorgeous blanket, but I have made a few mistakes and I'm debating on just frogging that and starting over, since I don't mind doing that. I have a blanket with just some cheap yarn that was on sale that I might give as a gift. Just hold on to it. I have a baby onesie with some fun yarn that I'm working on. It is self-striping, so I am not doing color work. It's crazy cotton that I got from a local yarn store. And another little sweater. This is the arm of the sweater that is turning out adorable. I love how this fabric drapes. And a blanket I made a long time ago. It's tiny, little newborn one to hold on to. I have made one little section for the edge. I have not blocked it yet, but that is made with Debbie Bliss cashmere now, and I love the feeling of knitting with that. I'm really good at starting a whip and then just leaving it to go to something else. So my plan is to get those taken care of this winter and summer until next year. And then I have this yarn, I think as a gift for my stepmom. I know the colors look horrible together. I'm just using it up. This is going to be my outside blanket. In Minnesota, it gets very cold, even in the summer. I guess it's not very cold, but it gets cold in the summer. And I love to sit outside in my screened-in porch and knit and watch the river. So this will be nice to cozy up with and not have to worry about gifting somebody some colors that I'm not really a fan of or that doesn't match something. So that project also needs to be done. So I have started a new notebook. This one's from Hobby. Isn't it cute? I love the little yarn balls. That came from a really cute advent calendar they had this year. So I have written down, I might tweak this a little bit as I get going with the year, but I have the month on top, and then I have my yarn count of 201, my project count. I thought it said 2, it says 11. I have 11 projects going right now. And my goals are to finish my winter shawl. I have a few projects upstairs that I have not shown you. And then I have a blanket for my sister-in-law. She's having a baby boy in the spring. That's another project that's upstairs. Those are my 2 goals, and I will write down what I've accomplished for the year. And if I get through some state gains, I will have a recount for next month. And we'll see how far I get through things. If I don't buy any needless yarn, I say needless because I might pick up yarn if I get any as gifts, or if I find something from a local dyer that may not be easy to find later on. But I won't be buying anything from big box stores or things like that for the year. And if I can do that, I'm going to treat myself to a mini skein advent calendar, a 24-day, and do a advent knit for next winter.